Hey there everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a brand new game mode that has launched in the form of Frontline Phalanx, and I kind of just wanted to do a quick first impressions type deal to A, see what you guys all thought about it, and B, kind of give my initial impressions to it. And I don't know, it's very simple. Right, so this is obviously accessible from the events page. You have to scroll a bit because there's a lot going on for once. And you've got this initial screen. And from here on out, it doesn't really look terribly different from other limited time game modes that we have. Right, so think of, I don't know, Hall of Forms, for example. You're going to have a daily kind of login type thing that happens here. This is the daily support rewards. That means every day you play, essentially every day you support a force of some kind, you're going to get access to whatever comes next. Obviously it's limited time, so you will want to do it daily, and it should take you up to that bridge there. We'll talk about quests and how to obtain things in a bit. But we'll get back to that and just hold that thought. So when you go into support forces, this is it. And it doesn't really look very different from what we saw on the Fade channel when this was initially announced. This little arrow up here is going to show you your shared playlog, which I think is on a loop. I've seen some similar text repeated a couple times, so obviously it's not going to update world around because that would be way too much, but it will kind of show you snippets of things that are happening recently, and then this is it. I mean, you can switch your display to kind of see, but ultimately it's not really that different. You know what I mean? There's nothing on there that isn't really necessarily displayed on here. Of course, we remember that the higher the yellow number is, the lower the white number is going to be, and inversely is also true. Your boost lowers your success. The lower your boost is, the higher your success is. So Valencia here is risky frisky, and then Kanagus is pretty much a safe bet. So is Saniki right now, and this varies obviously depending on the support that is going on. Remember, when one of these guys tanks or fails, it resets, right? So that's probably some things that are happening. I'm not going to use my forces just yet. I did split the difference between Valencia and Tibarn. So I just kind of wanted to see what it would do. I was successful both times. I don't really think there's a benefit to splitting forces at that point, so that's maybe something to consider, because I've looked at some top scores, and I didn't get a very early jump start on this. I've maybe missed like 3 hours worth of regeneration time for forces, but I have seen, and the top ranks have been pretty gosh darn high, so we can see over here. This is where you would eventually defeat Ashnard at a 3, 4, and 5 star level. These are the rewards you will get. They are all the same. That's kind of nice. But your rank impacts how you do on feathers and such. And you can check your current standing, again, like other limited game modes. I'm at almost 6,000. But if you go in and look at top players, clearly there is a difference there. So I don't know that splitting forces is really a great idea. Just the initial thought that I have about it, I think it's better to go all in and maybe use a shield if need be. So that's kind of that. Overall, I don't really think it's anything groundbreaking. I don't think it's anything spectacular. But the rewards, I guess, are nice, just for logging in every day. Some dragon flowers, get some orbs, what's not to love? So if we come back over here to the quests and missions, I think I have completed them all. I have. So let's first look at this, because these are your shields that you will be getting. Those are actually right over here. That's what those are. So I don't believe, I didn't look initially. I just kind of did some towers this morning, and that was just what I got. And I didn't think to look beforehand, but I don't think you get them offhand. So you have to kind of earn them, but they are the only ones that you get, rather than the like lances, for example, for the battle mode. You know what I'm talking about? So I always want to call it bromains, but that's not what it is. So you do have to earn them. They do obviously help you in game. They prevent you from getting defeated. If enough of them get used, special sauce happens. So these are something that I anticipate would only use like once per boss defeat, I assume, at the 3 and 4 and 5 star level. Or maybe save them all for the 5. I don't know. That tidbit has kind of eluded me. And by the way, if you have any tips or anything to share, feel free to leave them in the comments. That's always appreciated for everybody's benefit, for the most part. Let's look at this. So this is Phalanx Fest. Now I see what you're getting at here, and don't get too excited. Essentially, these are the same things that you would get just from doing the Phalanx quests for your shield friends over here. But additionally, with this, you're going to get 3 tickets of each for a banner, which I will hit on in a second, and as well as some mangoes, which we were promised as well. It kind of sounded like initially that we would just get them as like a login type deal. Obviously, clearing 1st and 4th stratum are not really difficult things to achieve. So no harm, no foul there, I guess. And again, you kind of had to do it if you were going to get the shields anyway. I don't expect this. Don't expect this every time. I know a lot of people have been saying like, oh, I bet the next new Heroes banner is going to be Tellius, because they were showing off Tellius units in the Phalanx. And while that is possible, it's never not impossible. Something that I don't necessarily know a lot of people were aware of, or we weren't necessarily blasted with the information of, we got debut banners, which are happening as well. So that would be a lot of Tellius. I wouldn't hold my breath thinking that the next banner is going to be Tellius. But if it is, great. I think ultimately they just kind of went with Tellius because it's got some popular characters in it. It's got some popular units. They are a wee bit older, on the slightly older side. One of them, in fact, has a resplendent form. So I don't know if this is just a way to re-showcase them. I don't know. But I think ultimately Tellius is kind of like their safe bet. You know, people don't get overly agitated when they do a Tellius banner. And people are also willing to put orbs into a Tellius banner. So I think this is kind of like their safety net, Tellius is. It's not like Fates, where half of the fan base is going to be upset about it and half of them are going to be excited. Tellius, I think, is just kind of a neutral skating zone where they can put it out and not get a lot of backlash. Which may be why they chose that to be the first theme. Obviously, this has to do with good guys versus bad guys. Ashnard here, he's not a good guy, and we're all beating him up. And so I think that's kind of the point. Obviously, it can be done with other games from the series, so I wouldn't expect it to be all Tellius all the time. Also, don't expect these rewards all the time. They may do other banners for it, but the fact that it says debut up here that's what kind of leads me to believe that this is just kind of like a special one-time thing. I wouldn't anticipate banners and tickets and things for every Phalanx. If they do, great. I don't think that's going to be the case, though. So just temper your expectations, I guess, is my warning there. Overall, I think the game mode is interesting. I am not displeased with it. Was it 9-day, 10-day? 10-day. So, you know, even if you log in every other day, you'll still be able to collect all of your daily supports before the event actually ends. You know, the case in point is that they want you to play this game mode. It is casual, but it's kind of more... I don't know if time sensitive is the way to phrase it. Maybe it's not. I don't know. It's interesting. It's live, but it's not live, and it's passive, but it's not passive. It's a weird amalgamation that I'm not really sure about. But it does kind of feel like a grouping of other time-based events that we've had. So, you know, there's... I don't know. I didn't have high expectations going into it. But do you like it? Are you excited about Frontline Phalanx? Keep in mind that the rewards that we're getting are pretty much just this one time, as far as I'm anticipating. So factor that into your answer. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back soonish, I think, with a trailer reveal. So we'll have a reaction there. Hey, if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to this channel so you can get notified when more fake content comes your way. Because there will be more of it. There will be more of it. Trust me, there will be more of it. Yes. So if you haven't done that, do that. Because there will be a special reward happening on the channel at 7,000 subscribers. And we're almost there, kind of. So do that. It will help me. Please. Thank you. Anyway, that is it for me. Let me know what you guys think about Frontline Phalanx in the comments down below. And until then, I will catch you next time.